We are in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
To Levine. Rozier. And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Down the lane to lay it in.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Count the basket.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Sixers control. Ball. Fires the three. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Ball. Fires the three. Lonzo Ball connects. They sag off someone whose shot is only improving, and Lonzo delivers.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Shot from in close, no good. Horford.
Cutter.
To J.R. Smith. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip. And when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
Has a look. Zach LaVine. 4 out of 7.
A two-time dunk champion. I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
The assist from number 2.
LaVine to Porter. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build.
Flushes down the slam.
And I'll never forget one of my first games playing as a rookie with the Bulls. I talked to Steve Nash, and Steve Nash always used to tell me, the more you come out and you get your teammates involved, the easier it will be for you to score down the stretch. Think about it. You come out, you get 7, 8 quick assists, then a ball fake on the next possession. He bit. Easy layup.
To Markkanen. Trying to cash in. Not that time.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
To Embiid. Count the basket inside.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Ed, see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Al Horford rejects it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Number 31.
LaVine. Ball with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Tobias Harris above the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Joel Embiid sends it away. That's his third block this evening.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Harris always looking to create a shot, even ones like those.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Tobias Harris. Beyond the arc for three. Another chance. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Cleans it up. Slams it home on the putback. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Levine. To Markkanen. Nice pass to set things up.
The 7th pick overall, Lauri Markkanen had an exquisite rookie season. Ending the year, all-rookie first team. Even executive VP John Paxson of the Bulls organization referred to him as the cornerstone of the franchise.
Come on, you're right. Come on, you're right.
Here comes the screen. Levine. Given 2 points. High percentage.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these...
Oh, and a putback.
You see, to a lot of people, it's an oxymoron when you hear the word superstar and the phrase doing all the little things, but that's what the great ones do.
And look out. Big finish at the rim. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
The 76ers were the dominant team in that first half, without question. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. The Bulls did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. These are the guys getting buckets for the Chicago Bulls.
Game track. Defense.
The Philadelphia 76ers are exhibiting some great defense. They're refusing to let shooters get comfortable and showing great anticipation in the passing lanes.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Rozier into the front court. Down a bundle to Markkanen. Nothing going here on that drive. Porter to Rozier. Chicago with 4 to shoot. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Chicago with the possession. Deep right corner to Markkanen. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Terrific vision. Cashes in for 2.
And you always feel like the words vision and unselfishness go together. They work cohesively as a unit. When you have a guy that has both, that sets the tone for how your team is going to play.
Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. Fourth this contest. Oh, he got there.
That's great hustle getting back on D. Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Oh, if you're a fan, you love the will and the want. Nothing going here on that drive. To Rozier. Joel Embiid with the block. Ooh, 5 now.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Porter to Markkanen. Had a chance, but it's no good.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chipping.
Rozier with it. His guys down big. Knocks it down from mid-range.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
I guess I'm about to put your ass on ice cream in a minute.
Sixers have the basketball.
Put your phones on.
Watch him, I got you right here.
Curling inside. To Ball. Lets it fly from long range. They need something to go down. It's no good. Knocked loose. Nothing's going to stop him in pursuit of the basketball. That's out. Last touch by Terry Rozier. Harris. For 3. Knocks it down.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Levine to Markkanen. Rozier rocking the rim.
As a defender with inferior athletic ability, there's really not a lot you can do when you're outside the restricted area and you're caught lost in space.
To Ball. Cleaning the offensive glass. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, Nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Watch that cutter.
Joel Embiid sends it away. Incredible. 6 tonight.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
You got him. You got him.
Bulls with the basketball.
I'm trying to eat. Let me eat. Let me eat. I'm hungry.
Otto Porter, now 4 for 9.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender
I
didn't.
got him.
To Ball. From long range. Can't get the bounce.
Show me something better than that, baby. It's game time.
To Porter. Levine. To Rozier. Here's a chance from long range. Sixers with the rebound. Embiid.
You got him. You got him.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
Markkanen, great dish to set it up. And finishes strong. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend, every day.
Lonzo Ball tips it. Make that 7. In the front court comes Smith. His guys holding the big lead. Buries it.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Now the Bulls will take the timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter.
Store team shops, including the fan favorite throwback jerseys. Get one for yourself before they're all gone.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Number 42, Al Horford. Into the game for
Al Horford. Huge block.
Sent a message. On that one, Ed.
To Embiid. He gets it.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Levine to Markkanen. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. To J.R. Smith. Offensive rebound. Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Looking to make something happen. Missed a wide open look. To J.R. Smith. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Rozier into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Wendell Carter. Al Horford able to recover with the block.
Just incredible timing in that swap.
Offensive and a putback slam.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
It's me, I got it.
To Markkanen. Short jumper off the mark. Smith to Embiid. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Tickets for the next home game are still available at the box office. Buy 1 or more tickets before the end of today's game, and you'll receive an exclusive discount.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To Wendell Carter. Levine. Rebound taken by the Sixers. Ball into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Embiid. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Embiid's free throw good. A three-point play. The Sixers extend the lead. Chicago possession. Has a chance. Rozier shot no good. To Tobias Harris. Ball. Not that time. He missed it. And one. Embiid good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. To Redick. Turns and slams it down.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Harris. 4-3. Trying to hit 50, but it's no good. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
To Embiid. Flushes it home.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
To Horford. He's looking for that touch.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
To Redick. Terry Rozier with the 2.
Which way do you want it, Ed? Lefty, righty? He can finish with either.
Sixers control it. To Tobias Harris. Fires the 3. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it. Probing the defense. Not that time. Sets him up. That's going to be out of bounds. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. It's a turnover as they head the other way. There's the toss. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Knocks down the first. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. To Horford. Stuffs it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Screen coming.
Screen coming left. Screen coming. Shots up.
Deep two there. Won't go. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
And you best believe that every one of those that goes in fills the confidence meter.
Sixers have the basketball. There's a pass stolen by Chicago.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Allen. Shot won't go. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Won't go down.
I got ball. Cut. Double team. I got your help.
To Allen. Has a look. And he buries it.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. It goes down. Deep three at the buzzer. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. And a great start for the 76ers. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Passed it off. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Count the basket.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Jonah Bolden with a piece. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. To Rozier. Joel Embiid swats it. 8 now. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. And scores. Strong take.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Defense, let's go.
Screen coming. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Redick to Rozier. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. And scores.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
I'm on that catch. Shooting still. Can't stop me,
Redick.
boys. You ran that
To Rozier. Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
To Allen. Add 2 points to the board.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Brunson, going to launch beyond the arc.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance.
Number 13, shooting 3.
First one goes down. Second and 3, off the mark.
Number 22. Stepping in for the Philadelphia 76ers. Number 40, Corey Brewer.
Bulls with the rock. Joel Embiid pins it. 9 blocks.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Beyond the arc for 3. Jalen Brunson showing off that toughness. Drills the 3.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Off the mark. Not a high percentage shot. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down. Sixers call for time as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter. New blood coming in for both sides.
Number 33, Tobias Harris. Entering the game for the Bulls. Number 8, Zach LaVine.
To Tobias Harris. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tobias Harris is going to get 3 shots here. A career 81% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. Hits the second. 1 more coming. And he hits all 3 free throws. Rozier with it. Down a bundle. And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Joel Embiid rejects it. It's been a brick wall. 10 blocks on the night. To Tobias Harris. Lets it fly from long range. No good. That's great defense. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. His guys down big. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Philadelphia with the basketball. And the basket good at the rim.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Rozier into the front court. He'll run the offense.
Screen coming.
Porter to Rozier. Joel Embiid sends it away. Make that 11.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
For three, that's off the side of the rim, short.
People do not realize the brilliance of the coaching in this league. The small adjustments made defensively has made all the difference in the second half.
Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
I'm on D.
From long range. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Nothing going here on that drive. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. That's 12 now.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Here's a chance from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. To Rozier.
Hey, switch, I got him.
Markkanen slams it down.
I mean, defense easy. Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
To Embiid. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for two.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Joel Embiid at the line for two shots. He's perfect from the line so far. Oops, he missed the first one. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Bulls have it. Now pass stolen by the Sixers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
It's Embiid for 2.
I can't see you on the board. You working for us. Hey, check up. Let's go.
To Porter. 4-3. That no good. Off the mark.
D up, baby. D up.
A bad pass, and the Bulls have it. To Zach LaVine.
You open. Pull the trigger.
Markkanen. And stuffs it home.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Tobias Harris. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
LaVine to Markkanen. Gets it in the right corner. Porter to LaVine. Markkanen.
Hey, you gotta stop switching.
Tobias Harris with the block. Time to shuffle things up.
For the Chicago Bulls, number 4, J.J. Redick.
To Ball. Oh, Lonzo Ball. Not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Harris to J.R. Smith. Embiid to Tobias Harris. Fires the 3. Man, that was a tough shot.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Big finish at the rim.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
And it's good.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun, but the homies can have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
LaVine to Markkanen. Nice pass to get things going.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Double.
Fires the three. Second effort. Embiid, good for two.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Markkanen to Zach LaVine. Stuffs it down with authority.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Bulls with it. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw up and good. It's a three-point play, but a rare spot as they continue to trail big. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
First try at the line, no good. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. To Ball. Deep right corner, going to launch, beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Stuffs it down with authority.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
It's Chicago ball. LaVine to Redick. Embiid. Zach LaVine sends it.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Trying to cash in. Deep two there, won't go. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Markkanen to Wendell Carter. Has a chance. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Sixers control it to Ball. Able to convert inside.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
To LaVine. Markkanen. Zach LaVine. Yes.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Lonzo with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Embiid. Oh, Carter with the rejection.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
And strokes it.
This is a statement game for this unit. This defense has generated a lot of easy offense. And the one thing we know in the league, easy offense is hard to come by.
Joel Embiid tips it. How about 13? They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 43, Jared Grant.
LaVine. Nice finish at the rim.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Lonzo Ball with the rock. Deep left corner. Beyond the arc for three. That's off the side of the rim. Short.
Bad shot, my fault.
Grant with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Wendell Carter powers it through. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
When you watch this video, this is a total domination
To
of
Tobias
game
Harris.
by Chicago.
Lauri Markkanen. Huge block. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Lauri
Sorry
Markkanen.
to dominate my old team like this, but it is what it is.
Ball.
This is a must-watch game Mike Cummings squad.
To J.R. Smith. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Won't go down for J.R. Smith. Defense was all over him. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Has a look. And he'll head to the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
And hits the first free throw. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Deep three at the buzzer. The Sixers are victorious as they win this one in very convincing fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers were merciless in this game. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. Here are the guys who put up the most points. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Bulls
Joel
lost this game
like a
long before the final buzzer.
dominant.
Losses like this
duo
become main
that don't
discussion
wanna
topics
stop.
in the media. So
Anybody
hopefully
else
this
want
team
to
is
sign
ready
on
to
to
answer the
Philadelphia
tough
76ers?
questions.
Be
It's
my
not going to be
guest.
fun.
Bulls, you'd have had no chance to facing us. See y'all next time
Game
in
trap.
Chicago.
Defense. Player of the game.
I like this choice because he really put on the show in this game. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here are the upcoming games for the Philadelphia 76ers. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.